But the way it is at the moment, no? Yung parang meron ng auctions, and then the market has become really become more well-organized, well-structured, mga ganon. And art has become investment. When art becomes investment, what does it mean? Pera ang art. Art is currency. And that way, it appears to have lost its ideological value. Parang hindi na siya nakaka-impact in terms of enabling people define how they look at their work, how they understand their existence. That's how the capitalist system is so clever. Dahil you have to undermine the subversive and radical power of art. Kaya kailangan niya i-subsume any kind of defiance against the market. Like this guy. Anyone familiar with this?
Basket.
Basket? Not exactly, pero B pa rin.
Banksy.
Banksy. Oh. Ano first name ni Banksy? George? George Banksy.
Mystery pa rin, sir.
Well, it appears that Banksy is not a single individual. Parang, but the whole idea of Banksy is really to defy the art market. He refuses to be subsumed by the market by putting up his art in public places where the people are, and the issue of his art, I mean, it's like an editorial cartoon, napakadali, napaka-accessible, nothing profound, no? But easily connecting to the lives of the people because it talks about the issues that the people are dealing with in that particular locality where the art is situated. Kunyari, he has an art about parang the desire of freedom na may bata na naakyat ng balloon, no? Doon mismo sa wall separating the Palestinians and the Jews, no? Mga ganon. So, talagang nilulugar niya. No? And of course, sometimes he does prints like this one. No? So, itong print na to was, so because the market is always on the lookout for anyone big enough, no? Or becoming really, really big and defying the authority of the market, no? Kailangan i-subsume nila. So they got hold of a print by Banksy and was put up on sale, no? Sa auction house. And by the time it hit 1.5 million or something, sold na siya, biglang bumabasa. So yung frame niya pala sa shredder. No? But it didn't go all the way down. Kasi nag-malfunction yung shredder. No? And parang because of that historic moment, no? They sold it again sa auction and it fetched $25 million. So just imagine how manipulative that is. Alam niya, it's only a piece of paper. It's only a piece of canvas with pigments on it. And just imagine the staggering amount of money that it commands. Like a famous collector, Jose Diaz, I think 800 pieces of art by Andy Warhol. So he's the biggest collector of Andy Warhols. And you can be sure whenever Warhol is on the auction block, you can be sure that he or a representative of him is around, just to make sure that the price doesn't go down. Kasi that's how they protect their investment. It's investment, it's money. Is it still art? Diba? So you start considering that question. You're a brand name. Okay? So, of course, the other guy is the direct contrast of this one. Who's the other guy? Well, he works along a wide range of style. Damien Hirst. Familiar yan? Familiar name? Damien Hirst is probably the most prominent figure in the so-called young British art movement. Along with Jenny Saville, si Francis Assisi, but in other words, I mean, in contrast to Banksy, who's very elusive, Eto has also, parang on the other hand, has mastered the craft of self-promotion. So this is now an era where promoting oneself in the art is very important if you want to make it big. Huwag kang mahiyain. At huwag mong hihintayin na yung pagkakataon ng art ay dadating sa'yo. You have to seek it. You have to aggressively work for it. That's what he did. And there's probably probably one of the really filthy rich artists around. Sobrang yaman niya na. And he has a factory of artists working for him. So, ito na rin yung era of production line art. So, dami-daming mga yan. And all he has to do is to sign his name. If ever he signs them. So, ayaw pa natin yan. But what they're saying here, this is now the highest point of capitalism. Ito na yung tinatawag natin ganap. The highest and absolute triumph of capitalism, na kung saan ang pinaka-Diyos natin ang pera. Okay? Ang pinaka-simbahan natin ay yung ISM. Bagong iglesia yan. Iglesia ni SM. And all of us are members of this church, di ba? It's the most ecumenical church. Everybody is a member of it. And not only that, in contrast to the traditional churches, you get instant gratification. The moment you part with your money, you get something in return. Sino ba naman ang aangal doon, di ba? So, but yun na yung naging kalakaran. And it's not here, no? Pero yung mga, we're back to polytheism, no? So parang during the height of the of Christianity or the Roman Catholic Church, there was only one God, supposedly. No? Of course, it's still kind of polytheistic, but it's not so overt, unlike now. No? Where the premises of modernity or modernism has been challenged. No? Kasi modernity is all about reason. No? Rationality. Okay? Postmodern is not about rationality. It tries to extricate itself from what it feels as a very controlling worldview that is determined and defined by a single, all-encompassing truth. And what results is a relativization of the so-called idea of truth, or the diminishment of truth entirely. Wala nang totoo. You create it. Ganun. Whatever. So, yan na yung parang katangian. And as a result of that, everything has become fair game. In other words, ang pinaka nagjo-Diyos-Diyosan na ngayon, whoever comes up with the best content. So, well, they're gods for a while. Did you know that Andy Warhol actually predicted during this time that everyone becomes famous for 15 minutes? But it was an overestimation of time. It's only for a few seconds. But the point here is, this is now the era where this is the main instrument. And the gods are the people behind the major industries and the big businesses. And they are made to look so accessible. But si Elon Musk naka-t-shirt pa. Si Mark Zuckerberg naka-white t-shirt lang lagi. Ganon. Si what's his name? Bill Gates. Dahil ginawin, naka-sweater. Ganon. Pero very, very casually dressed. Hindi na yung tulad ng araw na naka-Amerikana na because they want to make it seem that they're very accessible. They are the so-called. They want to prop up the myth, self-made billionaire, which actually implies that everyone can be like them. No? It's an illusion. No? It's an illusion. Kasi there's no such thing as self-made billionaire. Lahat ng kayamanan is built on some kind of irregular dealings, and oftentimes that also involves blood. No? Okay? So, walang malinis na pera sa ganitong sistema. At any rate, this is not all about morality. This is all about just telling it as it is. Okay? So, yan yung mga kalagayan ngayon. So, the question is, ano yung gagawin ng artist? Diba? Yung artist ba, you have to remember during the time of Duchamp, no? Art is art because the artist says so. This is part of the influence started by Nietzsche. Take out of the name. Hindi ko alam kung tama spelling ko. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ziba? Saan yan? Ziba? Yeah. Thank you. So, well, there are different versions of it. Pero yung sinasabi niyang Uberman or Superman is the individual who's actually able to overcome the constraints, especially ideological constraints of society, and being able to become oneself, maging sarili niyang tao. Not only that, and also enable oneself to become really powerful. However, or wherever you take that power, I don't know, it's a different story.